Hello everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Today we will make this beautiful chain link poncho. It is made with 4 gorgeous squares, a double crochet border around the bottom, and a simple woven in cord around the edge. And we will decorate our neckline with picots. My square measures 12 inches across and it is 18 inches diagonally. You can add more rounds if you like to make your square bigger. My poncho is 34 inches wide and 30 inches long, but you can add more rounds to make it wider and longer. And I crocheted with a 5mm or H8 hook. I used 4 shades, all from Soft Secret. It's a 3-ply acrylic yarn. The colors are called Ivory, Mist, Fog, and Smoke. I will use contrasting colors for a 4-row example so you guys can see the pattern better. For my poncho squares, I will use these colors: medium gray for row 1, then light, white, light, medium, dark, medium, light, white, light, and medium gray for row 11. Now let's start our first square. Put the hook in front of your yarn and then twist the hook around the yarn and make 1 chain. Now this counts as the first chain. I don't pull it tight to make a slip knot. So right here, that loop, that is the first chain. I just don't want it to be bulky. This is the second chain. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make 40 chains. And as you can see, there is no bulky slip knot here. 39 and 40. Now skip 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. And starting in the 5th chain, and I use the top loop only, make 4 more doubles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 3, and now we have our 5 doubles, including the chain of 3. Now skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and make 5 doubles again, starting in the 4th chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 3 and repeat. Skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and make your 5 doubles starting in the 4th chain and chain 3. Let's finish the row together. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clusters. On the last cluster, make only 4 double crochet. We have 4 chain spaces with 3 chains on the top and on the bottom. Now let's finish. Chain 3 for the last double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and make a slip stitch into the last chain. Then you can cut your yarn and pull it through. And now we have both pieces of yarn on the bottom, so it's easier to thread a needle and sew in 2 ends at the same time, so it's faster. And now we can do the same thing but with a different color. I made 40 chains again with the gray yarn. Now skip 1, 2, 3, 4 chains and make your 4 doubles starting in the 5th chain. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 5 doubles, including the chain of 3. Chain 3. Make sure your loose ends are towards the left and your chain links are right side up. And now we can weave in the chain. Take your chain and go from the back to the front through the first space. Then from the front to the back through the second space. From the back to the front through the 3rd space, and from the front to the back through the 4th space. So we weaved our chain in. So if you take a look, the gray chain is behind, then in front, behind, in front, and behind the clusters. So now we have to skip over that first chain right here. Now you can pull the chain through and locate where you made the last double crochet. It's right here. Then skip 3 chains. 1, 2, 3 chains and make your 5 doubles again, starting in the 4th chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 3. The first gray cluster is behind the white one and the second is in front of the white one. Now we repeat, but we have to go through the back now. So pull your chain through to the back and we have to go across that white chain again. Pull it through so you can see where you made that last double crochet. It's right here. Then skip 1, 2, 3 chains again, and starting in the 4th chain, make your 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 3, and let's take a look. The first cluster of grays in the back, then in the front, then in the back, and now again we make that next cluster in the front. So pull your chain through to the front. We have to go over that white chain again. Pull the chain through so you can see where you made the last double crochet. It's right here. Skip 1, 2, 3 chains and make your 5 doubles starting in the 4th chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's take a look. My chain came out. It has to go from the front to the back. So we have the cluster in the back, in the front, in the back, in the front, and the last cluster goes through to the back. And we will crochet over that white chain again. Pull it through so you can see the last double crochet. Skip 1, 2, 3 chains, and starting in the 4th chain, make 4 doubles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And remember, the last double is a chain of 3, so chain 3 and make the slip stitch into the last chain. Cut your yarn and pull it out of the loop. Both of our ends are in the same spot. Now let's take a look. Our gray clusters are in the back, in the front, in the back, in the front, and in the back. Now let's start row 3. I made 40 chains, skipped 4 chains and made 4 doubles starting in the 5th chain and chain 3, so the same steps as before. Then we thread our chain through the 4 chain spaces. Remember, we did from the back to the front. Now we have to do the opposite. We go from the front to the back in the 1st space, back to the front into the 2nd space, front to the back in the 3rd space, and back to the front in the 4th space. Let's take a look. Our gray clusters are still in the back, then the front, the back, the front, and the back. And now we can repeat the same steps as before. We have to go over that gray chain. So pull the white chain through to the back, locate your last double crochet. It's right here. Then skip your 3 chains. And starting in the 4th chain, make your 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 3. Now we're going through to the front, over that gray chain, skip over the gray chain, locate your last double crochet, skip 3 chains, and starting in the 4th chain, make your 5 doubles. Chain 3. Now we can pull our chain through to the back, locate your last double crochet. So we're going over the gray chain to the back, skip 3 chains and starting in the 4th chain, make 5 double crochet again. Chain 3, pull the chain to the front. We go over the gray chain, locate your last double crochet, skip 3 chains, and make your 5 doubles, or I should say 4 doubles, starting in the 4th chain. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, our last double crochet is a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3. Make the slip stitch into the last chain, and then you can cut your yarn and pull the yarn through. And our 3rd row is finished. And we can double check again. Let's take a look at the gray color. It's in the back, the front, the back, the front, and the back. Now you can start the next row, chain 40, and make your 5 double crochet, including the chain of 3 and chain 3. In the last round we weaved our white yarn from the front to the back, and now we do the opposite and weave the gray yarn from the back to the front, and from the front to the back, from the back to the front, and from the front to the back. So the chains are always weaved the opposite way of the row before. So now we have the white cluster in the front, in the back, in the front, in the back, and in the front. Now we can make our 5 doubles, pull the chain to the front, skip over the white chain, locate your last double and skip 3 chains, and starting in the 4th chain, make your 5 doubles. Chain 3. Now we have to pull the chain through to the back, skip over the white chain, locate your last double crochet, skip 3 chains, and starting in the 4th chain, make the 5 doubles again. Chain 3, we're going through the front, over the white chain, locate your last double, skip 3 chains, and starting in the 4th chain, make the 5 doubles again. Chain 3, and one more time, we're going to the back, over the white chain, locate your last double, skip 3 chains, and then starting in the 4th chain, make 4 doubles. Then chain 3 and slip stitch into the last chain. Cut your yarn and pull it through. Now let's take a look. The white cluster is in the front, then the back, the front, the back, and the front. Now we can make 7 rows just like it. So altogether we will have 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now you can make row 5 and start weaving your chain in from the front to the back. In row 6 from the back to the front, in row 7 from the front to the back, in row 8 from the back to the front, in row 9 from the front to the back, in row 10 from the back to the front, and in row 11 from the front to the back. I've already sewn in 4 ends, but leave yours out. We will all together sew them in later. Now we will crochet around our square. I used white, light gray, medium gray, and dark gray. You can add more rounds if you like. Place your loose ends to the left and we will start in any of the double crochet that we have on top. You can make a slip knot. And I will start in the second to last cluster so I can show you the corner real quick. Just go into all of the doubles that you made and make doubles into all of the doubles, so 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And when you get to the chain spaces, make 2 doubles into the chain spaces. 1 and 2. So we have 5 doubles into the 5 doubles and 2 doubles into the chain spaces. Now here's the cluster, the last cluster before we get to the corner. Make 4 doubles into the previous 4 doubles. 1, 2, 3, and 4 and make the 5th double around the entire chain. So now we have our 5 doubles. Now we have to make the corner. Make a double around the chain, chain 3 and make another double around the chain, and that's our corner. A double, 3 chains and a double. Now turn your work so you can work the sides, and we make 3 double crochet around all of the chains. So we have to make 3 doubles around this chain. 1, 2 and 3. Then move to the next cluster, go around the entire chain and make 3 doubles around it. 1, 2 and 3. Then grab the next cluster and make 3 doubles around the chain. And the next cluster, make 3 doubles around the chain, and you can do that on this side. And all my loose ends are hanging out together to the left. So we got all our loose ends to the left, and I put them in the back because I will sew them in from the back. Let's finish this side together. Make 3 double crochet around the last chain, and take care to leave those loose ends over to the left. 1, 2, 3 doubles, and now we have to make the corner again. Make 1 more double into the same space. A chain of 3 and 1 more double into that space. Our corner is finished. Now we have to make our 5 doubles on the underside. Turn your work so you can work on this side. And we make our 5 doubles. The first one goes into the space again where we just made the corner. And now you can take the loose ends aside and work into the 4 remaining double crochet. Now we have to work into the bottom of the double crochet. You see everywhere where the 2 pieces of yarn are from the previous doubles. That's the stitch we go into. Right there where the 2 pieces of yarn are, that leaves 2 pieces of yarn on the hook. Make the double into that first double. Then where the 2 pieces of yarn go into that stitch, the second double, and the third double into the next space where the 2 pieces of yarn are from the previous double, and 1 more double. Then again make 2 doubles into all of the chain spaces. 1 and 2. And now we can make our 5 doubles into the previous 5 doubles. And we're working still in that space where the 2 pieces of yarn are from the previous doubles. Make your 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 2 doubles into the chain space. And repeat, make 5 doubles into all of the previous 5 doubles with 2 doubles into all of the chain spaces. Let's take a look how the second side looks. I'm finishing my side. I have to make 4 more doubles into the previous 4 doubles. And the 5th double goes around that chain space. Now you can turn your work and we will work the 3rd side. Make the corner with 1 double, 3 chains, and 1 double around that last chain. Then make 3 doubles around the chain. 1, 2, 3. Then we can move to our next chain link, grab the chain at the end and make 3 doubles around that. And you can do that for the entire row. Make 3 doubles around all of the chains. And here I'm making my last cluster of 3 doubles into the last chain. And now we can make our corner with 1 double, 3 chains and 1 double around that last chain. And you can turn your work a little bit again and we will work our 4th side. Make again 1 more double into that same chain space. That's our first out of the 5 doubles. And now we can make our 4 doubles into the previous 4 doubles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. we'll make our 2 doubles into the chain space again. 1 and 2. And now we can continue. We make 5 doubles into the previous 5 doubles and 2 doubles into all of the chain spaces. I made my last 2 doubles into the chain space. Now we can make an invisible join. Pull the yarn out of the last double crochet and thread a needle. Then skip over the first double crochet and go into the second one, front loop and back loop. The loop we are creating replaces the first double crochet. Then go top down into the last double crochet through the back loop and that little back bump. And now I can thread my needle with both pieces of yarn and sew in the loose ends. And we have a correct stitch count. Now we can sew in the rest. I already did the first 2 rows. We have to do the rest of the rows. And it's nice to have the 2 pieces of yarn together. So I just thread a needle with both of the pieces of yarn and sew them in on the wrong side. It is a little bit of a time saver. Here's the wrong side. And here's the right side. From corner to corner on each side we have 35 double crochet. Now let's start round 2, and it's very simple. You can start anywhere you like. Make a double crochet into all of the previous double crochet. And then when you get to the corner, make 2 doubles, 1 and 2, 3 chains, and 2 doubles into the corner space, 1 and 2, and then continue with doubles into all of the previous doubles again. Make your corners with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles, and double crochet into all of your previous doubles. Here's how the side looks where we have the 3 doubles. We just crochet right over all of the double crochet. Now we have 39 doubles from corner to corner. Finish the round, pull the yarn out of the last double crochet and thread a needle. Skip the first double, go through the front and the back loop of the second double, and then top down into the last double, through the back loop and a little back bump. Here's the back bump, and I made a mistake. I went into the next stitch below, but thank goodness it still looks okay. Then go top down into the first double and sew on your loose end. Now you can add as many rounds as you like. I will add 2 more. So in round 3, I have 43 doubles from corner to corner, and in round 4, 47 doubles from corner to corner. Please crochet 4 squares, and once we've done that, we can crochet 3 of them together. Place 3 squares wrong side up in an L shape, and you can turn them any which way you like, but they have to be in an L shape. We will start in a corner, crochet them together on the side, on the neckline, down the other side, and the other corner. The right sides face each other inside, and the wrong side is on top. Now grab the 2 corners, and I made a slip knot, and make 2 single crochet around the 2 corner chains, 1 and 2. Now we will slip stitch the next 2 doubles together. Here's the front loop, behind it is the back loop. Go only into the front loop. Then here is the front loop, behind it is the back loop of the second double. Go only into the back loop and slip stitch those 2 together. Again, go into the front loop of the next double and the back loop and slip stitch, front loop, back loop, and slip stitch. And I will do a few more so we can see how it looks on the right side. Let's turn it over. As you can see, because we crocheted the front loops and back loops together, we get 2 nice little lines. When you get near the next space, slip stitch the last 2 doubles together, front loop, back loop, slip stitch, then single crochet 2 around the corner spaces. Those 2 corner spaces right here, 1 single crochet and the second one. And now we're finished with that side. We can take that square and put it away, the one in the back, and grab the 3rd square. Make sure everything's facing the right way, so the wrong sides are out, the right sides face each other inside. Put the 2 corners together and then single crochet around the 2 corners, just like you did on the other side. So grab those 2 chains and make 2 single crochet around them, 1 and 2, And now you can crochet the other side the same way. Front loop, back loop, and slip stitch. And here's how we're looking on the wrong side, and this is the right side. I'm slip stitching my last 2 double crochet together, and then around the 2 chain spaces make 2 single crochet again. 1 and 2, and you can pull out your yarn and sew on the loose end. Here's the wrong side, and this is how the right side looks. Once we finished with the first seam, we can place the poncho right side up and then fold the shoulder pieces over to the middle. So those are the wrong sides now, and then we can place the 4th square. Make sure it's facing the way that you want to face it. I have to turn it one more time, and now everything is wrong side out and the right sides face each other inside, and we can start in the corner again, work along the side, make the middle, work along the other side and make the other corners. When our 2 seams are done, we can crochet around the entire poncho and add rounds. You can make as many rounds as you like. I added 8 rounds, and here you can see I started with the medium gray and I finished with the light gray. I make a slip knot, and you can start again anywhere you like. And we just make double crochet into all of the previous doubles. Make sure your poncho is right side out. Make doubles into all of the doubles. And when you get to the corner, just like before, make 2 doubles, 3 chains, and 2 doubles into the corner space. Then crochet, double crochet into all of the doubles until you get to the seams. When you get to the seam, double crochet 2 into the right chain space and 2 doubles into the left chain space. And then continue with the pattern, double crochet into all of the previous doubles until you get to the next chain space. Crochet 2 doubles into the right and into the left chain space, and make your corner again with 2 doubles, 3 chains, and 2 doubles. Then crochet the other side the same way you did the first side. And you can finish again with an invisible join like we did before. I already did mine. I think it's right here. I added altogether 8 rounds, but you can make more or less. And now for the last round, you can start in any of the corners. And we're making our regular corners with 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Chain 3 and make 2 more double crochet into the corner. 1 and 2. Double crochet into the first double. Then chain 1, and I pull my loop a little longer so it's exactly the same size as my double crochet. You may not have to do it depending on how you crochet. Then skip 1, make a double, and chain 1 and make the chain the same size as your double crochet. Skip 1, make a double, and let's repeat. Chain 1, skip 1 and make a double. Now you don't want this round to be tighter or looser than the previous round, so it takes maybe a little bit of trial and error to figure out exactly how tight you want to make your stitches. When you get to the corner, make your double crochet into the last double, then make your corner with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles, and start again with the pattern. Double into the first double, chain 1, skip 1, make a double, chain 1, skip 1, make a double. You should have the same amount of chain spaces on the left and on the right. I have 90 here and 90 over there. Finish the round with a chain 1, skip 1, and now you can either make a slip stitch or another invisible join. It is up to you. Now to finish the bottom of our poncho, make a slip knot and a chain, and I use a contrasting color, and I make a bunch of chains, and then I weave that chain through my chain spaces starting in the corner. I just go from the back to the front and from the front to the back around all of the posts. Then when I have no more chains left to feed through, I make more chains and continue feeding it through or weaving it through. And every now and then, check your chain so it's not too loose and not too tight. And after a while I discovered I can do this even faster. You can use a tapestry needle. I just have this needle and you can thread it through. Look how fast this is. When you get to the corner, make sure you weave it in so that both sides are symmetrical. So here's what I did. Your corner might look a little different than mine. Here are my 3 doubles on the right side, and on the left side I went in front of the first 2 doubles and behind the 3rd double, then also behind the first double over on the other side, and then over the first 2 doubles, and I went again behind and in front, behind and in front. And to finish, I leave a couple of inches of chain, and then I just make a knot a couple of inches from the poncho and feed a bead through. But you can also use buttons, or you just can make a knot. It's up to you. And I will make another knot, put on another bead, and one more time. And then I cut my chain a little bit here and undo it so I can thread my needle. And then I sew in my loose end into the beads. Now let's make one final round around the neckline. I'm starting next to the chain space in the middle, and I make a single crochet into the double crochet. Chain 3, and make a slip stitch into those 2 pieces of yarn of the single crochet. They look kind of like an arrow up. And repeat. Skip 1 double, make a single crochet into the next double. Chain 3, and make a slip stitch into the single crochet. And repeat. Skip 1 and make the single crochet. 3 chain, slip stitch picot. Skip 1, single crochet into the next double and make the 3 chain, slip stitch picot. Make the picots until you get to the next chain space. Make your last single crochet, 3 chain, slip stitch picot into the last double crochet. Then single crochet 2 around the first chain space and 2 singles around the second chain space. Now we can start up our picot pattern again. Make the single crochet, 3 chain, slip stitch picot into the first double. Skip 1 and repeat. And on the other side, the same, make the last picot into the last double, then 2 single crochet into the first chain space and 2 singles into the second chain space. Then you can cut your yarn, pull it out of the last single crochet, thread a needle, and then I just go into the picot and then top down into the last single crochet through that back loop and a little back bump. And I sew in my loose end towards the left, and I sew in the other loose end as well. And now our punch is complete. I hope you liked making it as much as I did, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.